So in the beginning, you do have your dashboard, and this looks a little convoluted. When you get started with AutoEntry, your dashboard would be completely clean. You can have as many clients across your subscription as you wish. You can have as many users as you wish. We do not charge extra for that. That is included in your subscription, and I will certainly get into that pricing at the end of the overview. We actually integrate with your accounting software, so it'll be easy to code and post information over. To get started, very simple. You come up here to the upper left-hand corner, hit Add Company. We're going to do most of the work. All you're going to have to do is you are going to want to name this whatever that company is named in your accounting software. Make sure it's the correct country and the correct date format. That's pretty much all you're going to have to do. You have 3 ways to get information into AutoEntry. You can email it to us, you can upload it from your computer, or you can snap a picture on the app. We are going to create 4 unique emails for each company that you create. It can be just a tad confusing, so I'll go ahead and explain these. These are for your payables. This is your receivables. This is where it gets a little confusing. Expenses is literally just for those clients who have employees who have to file an expense report, either for reimbursement or they have a company credit card. You also have the option, if they don't want to have the expense report, of course, of going through your purchases. This is for supplier statements. So I always use the example of Home Depot. You get the Home Depot statement that has 150 invoices on it. As long as you've processed all those through AutoEntry, we'll be able to reconcile that invoice within seconds. Once you've gone and put that name in, you're just going to come down here and you are going to hit Create Company. Once you have created your company, anytime you want to get back to that main dashboard, you just poke that red eye in the upper left-hand corner, and you're back. You'll have one more step. As you can see, most of these companies are integrated with some sort of accounting software. Yours will not be. Piece of cake. Click into your company. Go to Integrate. Pick your software and hit Connect. For your online solutions, basically it will be logging in. For the desktop solutions, we do have an AutoSync app that does need to be downloaded in order to bridge that gap. We are more than happy to help you. And to that end, here's where our tech support lives. We have about 22 hours a day, 5 days a week of support. You can absolutely reach out to your account manager. We have client success after the subscription, so you are always completely supported. Once you are integrated, you are ready to rock and roll. We are going to come down here and eventually find, where is it? We're going to go into Tony's Italian. So this is where you're going to do the majority of your work. Again, your payables, receivables, expense reports, vendor statements, bank statements. You will notice that we did not have an email for bank statements. Bank statements is the one module where you do have to upload it from your computer. You cannot email it and you cannot snap a picture. We'll go ahead and start with bills. Again, if you're going to upload, you're going to do it right here. This will also show you where your email address is if you ever do forget it. With this email address, you can either forward any bills that are emailed to you. You can forward them to this email address, or you can give the vendor this email address and they will send it directly to us. We'll extract the data and it'll be in your AutoEntry inbox. If you need line items captured, you just click this before you drag and drop. You can drag and drop, you can email, or you can browse. I always suggest leaving auto checked. You can batch upload to us. So if you have a PDF that has 47 invoices and 18 receipts on it, the invoices are 8, 9, and 10 pages long. We will know where one ends and one begins if this button is checked. Once you have dragged it over, you're going to see a box appear and you're going to see a green check. Once you see that green check, you can go ahead and shut this down. We've got it. I do like to set the expectation it can take up to 2 hours to receive back your invoices and bills. However, it is usually far less, but it can be up to 2 hours. Once you have sent those to us, you'll see them back in your inbox. You have 2 separate views to work from. This is the view I suggest working out of when you're comfortable with AutoEntry, when you've used this for a while and everything. We're remembering all the coding. Anytime you want to look at a bill, you just poke the eye. So your document is going to be here on the right, and what we have extracted is going to be on the left. As you can see, the vendor has been chosen. Now, when you first get started with us, because we do integrate with your accounting software, you may see a blue triangle right here and a vendor name. That's us saying, hey, this looks like the right vendor. So we do try to be proactive and choose those vendors. Once you have let us know what vendor it is, we're going to remember it. So if you had sent us 10 invoices from this vendor and you code this very first one, we're going to code the other 9, and we're going to remember for any successive bills that come in. Same with categories, same with if you wish to mark it as paid, and same with the payment method. If you have a bill that is going to be marked as paid and is always going to use the same payment method, we will remember that. So rather like your accounting software, we learn as we go. It gets faster and faster until it's pretty much automatic. To that end, if you click this little truck, you are right within the vendor itself. Here, if you need line items captured just specifically for that vendor, you can turn that on. You can mark it as paid at all times, or you can turn on auto publish if you choose your category and cost codes or tax categories also, depending on your software. You can turn on auto publish. What auto publish will do is when you send us that bill or that receipt, we will go ahead and extract the data. We will post it to your accounting software in the categories that you have chosen and send you a notification that it's been done. So it truly is absolutely automatic. And I think I got click happy here, so bear with me. Nope, I didn't, haha. You have no idea how difficult it is to talk to people and they're not talking back to you, so you don't know if you're a hit or not. So anyway, again, once everything is good on this, once everything looks exactly the way you wish it to look, you have 2 options. You can go ahead and hit publish and next. Publish and post are interchangeable terms, so posting over into your accounting software, and it will go to the next bill. Again, as I said, once you're comfortable, once you've coded everything, once you've gotten that flow moving with auto entry, you can absolutely work from this view. This view, once everything's coded, you're going to see everything filled out. If everything looks good, you can still use the view of looking at every document if you wish. Absolutely no worries. But from this view, you can click them all and you can post them all at the same time. Once they have posted, they will leave the inbox and they will go into the archived folder. That keeps your inbox neat, but it will still always be available to you, and you will see that it has been posted and where it's been posted to. You do have a rejected folder. The top 3 reasons something are rejected, and I do believe it's because you have to use your phone sometimes to send us pictures. We get a lot of selfies. We can't do anything with those, so those are rejected. Number 2, it's crumpled. It's got grape juice on it. We can't read it. We actually can pick up about 80% of handwriting, but some of it is just not legible, so we have to reject it. The 3rd reason is a pretty good reason. It's already in your accounting software. Now, you can absolutely move it over there again, but we do catch those duplicates, so we do guard against that. And that is pretty much as simple as bills get. It is, like I said, pretty, once it gets very intuitive. Once you have everything coded, once we've remembered, it is an incredibly fast system. Sales invoices, exactly the same thing, just the opposite side of the ledger, and you're not going to have any little truck because you don't have vendors. We can also do line items on sales invoices. Here's our bill, here's what we took off of it. And again, it's just publish to post. Expense reporting. So expense reporting, if they don't want to send it through bills, if your client does not want to send it through bills and they do have to file an expense report, very simple, very effective module. Yeah, again, you can email, you can upload, you can snap a picture. You can make, you would have to make the employee a user of AutoEntry, but we have restrictions on that, so they would only be able to upload receipts. And this is the landing page for all receipts. We have 3 roles within the expense reporting. We have the submitter, we have the approver, and we have the admin. The admin will see all the receipts. The submitter will only see their receipts. So once they've got their receipts here, they can either add it to an existing report or they can create a new report. Again, at any time you want to look at something, you just poke the eye. For someone who is going to be reimbursed because they put out their own money, this would be checked. If it's a company credit card, that would be unchecked. I will also show you, these have preset categories because normally when you have somebody doing an expense report, you don't want them picking your general ledger accounts. You can tie these categories to general ledger accounts, and I'll show you where that's done. But once they have gotten all their receipts to their report, you go right across the top and they're going to go into their reports. Again, poke that eye anytime you want to look at something. I think we have submitted all our reports. Oh my goodness. So normally you would have a report to submit. So bear with me. One of those little glitches that come up when you're trying to do something so smoothly, but I do want to show you what that looks like. So I apologize. I'm jumping to another company to show you what that looks like. So again, once you have a report that you are ready to submit, you literally just email it to your approver. You can email it to more than one approver. The approver will then get an email telling them that they do have a report for review. Again, they're going to poke that eye. And at this point, they can approve, they can reject, or they can reassign. Once they have approved that report, it will jump over to bills. And depending, if your accounting software is online, we will be able to send over a full report with line items and all the documentation. The desktops are not able to accept that, but it will stay in your AutoEntry and it will stay in your archive folder. This is what one of our expense reports looks like. It does have all the documentation with it, and it will also have the line items. And you can also show the payment method. And that is expense reports. Vendor statements. Again, this is a very simple module. This one lives only within AutoEntry. So as long as you have processed all the invoices through AutoEntry, we can reconcile that vendor statement for you. So once you've uploaded your vendor statement, we will pull all the invoices pertaining to that statement, and you're just going to hit reconcile. Now, we will match them. If we don't match, if you don't find a match, you can change the parameters, make them a little broader and wider. Sometimes you will see a dark green one that says match. That means it's already matched to an invoice on another statement. You can ignore it if you wish. You can also create a placeholder over in your accounting software that will send over a plain invoice that will take the place of creating a new invoice in there. That's as easy as it is. It totally lives within AutoEntry. Once you have reconciled, it will either sit within your vendor statements or you can archive it into your archive folder. It is wonderful for those statements who have tons of invoices on them. I am now going to go to my very favorite module, which is bank statements, bank and credit card statements. Again, you're not going to be able to email or snap a picture. You would want to upload these. You can absolutely give us the PDF from the bank, or if you're going to scan it, we do ask that you scan it in at least 300 DPI in grayscale or color. Our OCR software is a little picky about black and white. And I strongly suggest using projects. What projects is going to do is keep it in manageable bits. And this is wonderful for the people who come and throw the shoebox of shame at you that has 7 years of bank statements in it, because you can absolutely process those here. But as an example, QuickBooks Online only accepts 1,000 lines, so you would want to keep it in manageable bits. If you can do it in quarters, you can do it in months, whatever you wish. You add a new project, upload whatever statements you wish into that project, and then you can start another project. Doesn't matter whether the account number is different or the same, you can break it down into projects. You also, if you would like a deeper dive into AutoEntry at any time, we do have account managers who are very happy to take you through a one-on-one and answer any individual questions that you may have. We're absolutely happy to do that. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you, So again, you're going to either drag and drop or browse for your file. You're going to see that green check. I am going to tell you on bank statements, it could be up to bank and credit card statements, it could be up to 4 hours because they are so transactionally heavy. If you are scanning them into us, go ahead and don't scan the fluff pages, the check images, the book the bank sends you, just send us the transactional pages. That's going to save you a few credits. I'm going to explain the credit system in just a moment, but that will save you some money. So drag and drop. And again, then it's going to be in your inbox. Now, if you have your bank and credit card feeds connected to your software, that's optimum. That you would not use us. This is for those obscure banks you can't use it with, those clients who won't allow you to connect the bank feed, or if there's an issue. So we are good for that. Or again, that catch-up work. So once the bank statement is returned, poke the eye. Your source document will be here on the right as soon as my internet catches up. And then what we've extracted is over here. And this is how easy it is. Download. You will find your format. And we are going to download a file on your computer into a special format. You're not going to want to adjust it or open it once you have downloaded it onto your computer. You are going to want to move over to your banking center in your accounting software and upload it and import it. And it is going to mimic a bank feed. So that's what we do, is we mimic the bank feed when you're not able to use the bank feed. We had to invent this button because some credit card companies, they come in with their debits and credits flipped. So that's not good. So if you press this button, it is going to fix it. And that is bank statements. It is, to me, it is just a really easy module. And again, we are happy to walk you through any of that. I did want to show you up here in all people. This is where you add your people. Very simple. You send them an email. You will see your email address. That is where you want to invite them in. Once you have hit that, you are going to get a separate screen. And this is where you would set their permissions. If you want them to use the expense module and just be a submitter, that's where you would put them. If they're going to do it through bills, you would do purchases. So that's how that works. And I did want to show you on the expense accounts. Let me show, because I promised to show you how you can, in Manage List, if you go to your expense categories, this is where we would have your general ledger accounts here, and you can tie it to a general ledger account. So you do not have people in the field trying to figure that out. I do see a question. If clients, so if a client has an expense report in an Excel printout with a receipt attached, we will not be able to process that. We actually work just off of the receipts. So it would be any receipts that they upload. That they're actually going to create the report within AutoEntry. That's going to take the place of the Excel spreadsheet. They're just going to snap pictures as they go and code those receipts when they have a moment. And to that end, if they were to sign into AutoEntry instead of using the app, they're only going to see this box. They're not going to see all of this. They're not going to be able to click into any of these things. They'll just see expense reports. Okay. Are there any other questions? I went over an awful lot of stuff right there. So before I get to pricing. Okay. I do want to show you one more thing. Up here would be your company name. You hit account settings. You do have a usage report. So your usage report will show you how many credits you have left, and you can run a report which will show you what company is using the most of your AutoEntry. We do operate on a system of credits, how credits are used. For a bill or receipt, it is 1 credit per invoice. If you want line item extraction on your bills, we're not able to do it on receipts. It is 2 credits. For vendor statements, it is 2 credits per vendor statement. And again, on a bill, if you want line items, it's 2 credits. Doesn't matter if it's 100 pages. We do it per document, not per page. Bank and credit card statements, because they are so transactionally heavy, are 3 credits per page, which is why I say leave out the fluff pages if at all possible. That will save you some credits. So in our subscription and billing end at AutoEntry.com, you can absolutely find our pricing. In the US, it is 50 credits for $12 per month. So you're looking at about 24, well, you're looking at 24 cents a credit. If you go over, you can go over up to 100 credits on that. If you go over, we're not going to kick you up to the next plan. We're not going to penalize you. If you're paying 24 cents a credit and you go over by 10 credits, we're going to charge you $2.40. All modules are included, all training is included, all support is included. There is no way to upsell because everything is included in AutoEntry. And again, you can have as many clients across your subscription as you wish, and you can have as many users. There's no charge for that either. So it is all inclusive. Again, my name is Lisa Christensen. I'm the telesales manager here in the North American office. I'm more than happy to help if there is anything that I can assist with. If you go to AutoEntry.com and you click this button, just tell them to ping Lisa, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. And this is William. He's our tech guy. He's fabulous. So we actually have support in Australia, the UK, Ireland, and the United States. So I thank you very much for joining me today. If there aren't any more questions, please let us know if we can help. Again, have a great and wonderful day and stay safe. Thank you so much.